Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Of course, back here with Curt. Wanted to squeeze in a little video here before Christmas, before holidays. I look at crazy past week for the Q. Obviously, some great kind of stock movement. Don't want to get too into that, but obviously we've been having some good success there, which is great. A lot of new eyes looking at the company, which is awesome. And hey, some good news as well. But first things first, Curt, how are you?
I'm doing well. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're into.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, that, got to sum it all up. Oh,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, hey, let's talk about some exciting new movements. Obviously, company looking good. A lot of these guys say there's some good financial trends and some good movement for the company, which is awesome. Here, I'll read the two, at least since we last chatted, the two recent press releases, and you can let me know what you want to go in more detail. Q India launches new digital ad capabilities, and Q India launches on 9 new cable platforms.
Mhm.
So here, I'll throw it to you. Do we want to start with launches new digital ad capabilities and what that means?
Yeah, I mean, I think in both cases, it's continuing to grow the foundation. It's continuing to build upon what we've been working on, really, I mean, on some levels for 3 years, and certainly on a more targeted fashion over maybe the last 3 months. I mean, the reality is we've always had a three-step process: create a great channel in the product, get distribution for that product. Both of those continue, they never end. You're always getting more distribution and you're always improving the product, but those are the foundational elements. And then the third one is monetization. I mean, on some level you can say that's what YouTube and Facebook did. It's hard to remember today that those platforms never actually had any monetization around them for a long time, and they were just building their product and building their audience. So I'm not comparing this to Facebook or YouTube, by the way. I'm just saying that we'll take being 100th of that, we'll be happy. But the bottom line is that model of building that product foundation, sort of MVP style thinking to get the distribution to monetize is what we've been working on. And it's now starting to gain hold. We got held back a little bit by COVID. That hurt us in mid 2020. But we're exiting out of that, as we've been talking about. So when you look at the ad platform, our holy grail for really a while is, can we create an integrated ad campaign? I was just interviewing some new ad salespeople last night, and I said to them, my quiz for them, if you will, was, hey, we want to do an ad campaign that's integrated across traditional television, digital platforms, mobile platforms, and the social channels of the people that are in that content, that are the performers or creators of it. How would you do that? That was my question for them. And the reason for that was that's sort of the holy grail for us. How can we've got all these social media stars, all these digital content creators who have huge presence on social media. We have content that attracts a certain kind of young audience and a viewership base. And so how do we integrate the traditional TV thing, which is very, very important for us over the next, call it 3 to 5 years, and continue the ramping and transition of that into what will ultimately become the most important thing, which is the digital and mobile viewership universe and the ad spend that happens there. So that's where we're at. I mean, I literally was talking to one of the people I was interviewing last night about how everyone's forgotten that Netflix delivered DVDs, to your mailbox by the postman. But it was built on this concept of no return fees and no waiting in line at Blockbuster Video on Friday night.
Yeah.
And that seems like 1,000 years ago. Well, our thing is all built on, hey, there's all this amazing digital short form content out there by all these people that you love. Let's put it all in one place and curate it and package it for you, whether you're the viewer or the advertiser. So that's really what both these announcements, the ad campaign, the ad announcement was all about us finally getting to a point where we can, from a technology basis, start to target ads across all those things simultaneously. So the TV delivery, the digital delivery to our OTT providers, the mobile delivery to our mobile providers, and even sending that ad potentially to be integrated into the digital platforms of the performers or creators. We're finally getting able to do that. So that was a key thing. In terms of the cable suppliers, that was like what I would call a surgical strike. That was, now that we've had 6 months of BART data that we go through, and we literally have a guy, Sachin Seth, who Sachin's our guy who studies all the data and makes recommendations on programming, et cetera. We've looked at and said, these are the areas where we get big viewership. These are the places where our content's really performing. And India is made up of hundreds and hundreds of smaller mom and pop style cable systems. They might still have, 1 million subs or whatever, 100,000 subscribers. They're not tiny, but they're not, they're not 20 million. And so what we did is we've been studying these and looking at them and negotiating. And that was a surgical strike to go in to increase our viewership performance. So these are both just, they're key building blocks, and we just keep doing to build to do what? Make 2021 the year where monetization really happens for QYOU India.
Yeah. No, awesome. I think some great updates. Of course, ads are a part of how you guys make money. So it's great. You guys are kind of giving some behind the scenes kind of current look there. So cool. I've got some few things I pulled, stuff I saw online, pretty interesting. Love to get your opinion. We'll do more. I know it's a holiday-ish video, so I want to mix in some kind of hot things on the industry. If you're willing to answer a few. The first question out of nowhere, and this has nothing to do really with the queue. Are you familiar with the Tom Cruise yelling at some of the people on set?
Of course.
What's your thoughts? Give me your quick opinion here.
My opinion is that making films can be filled with tension in the best of situations. I mean, it's an intense thing. You got a lot of people together. You got the sun going down, weather conditions to deal with. It's unpredictable. You're constantly improvising. You've got a guy on the set who's called the assistant director, the AD, that everybody hates because he's the guy who actually pushes the time clock and says, go, 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 go. So that happens non-COVID. It can be intense. So, and Tom Cruise is an intense dude. I mean, I think everybody knows that this guy's, wound pretty tight. And so in everything that he does. And so I think it was sincere. I think it was, he's an intense dude. And I think he just kind of, lost it on, I don't know exactly what happened that caused it, that sparked it. But I think most people who work in the film business that I know would think it's pretty cool, man. He's standing up and saying, we got to do this if we want to keep our jobs and keep our business rolling. So I thought it was a good thing.
Yeah, I thought it was, interesting. He even mentioned some, we create thousands of jobs, this and that, from all the advertising, from everyone behind the scenes. I think it was interesting. But yeah, pretty crazy reaction. Got a lot of interest. I guess on the other side, people are happy they're shooting a movie, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Question for you before I hop into that is, someone said, I wonder what Curt's favorite holiday movie is. So
my favorite holiday movie?
Yeah.
It has to be It's a Wonderful Life. Has to be It's a Wonderful Life.
Has to be.
With Jimmy Stewart.
Even like above the Grinch or above Elf, like all those.
Yes, I'm actually my youngest daughter, it's her birthday tomorrow night. We're going to a drive-in theater to watch Elf.
Absolute classic movie. No, good.
Yeah. So I mean, I love all those. Don't get me wrong. I love those holiday movies, and I mean, it took place in Christmas. I don't consider it a holiday movie. But it had that theme. I think it came out at Christmas, which was Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. I love that film. That's a great film. But I would say It's a Wonderful Life is just like, come on, that's like just a Christmas classic.